Hello, everyone, and welcome to the live stream of the RBL Talk podcast. Today's coverage is going to be RB Leipzig versus St. Pauli. I am your host, Justin Crozer, and welcome along to the coverage. Just going to go straight through into having a look here. And going today, I was a little bit surprised with how we lined up again, but I'm also shouldn't be surprised either. So it's good to see St. Pauli back in the Bundesliga. We haven't played them since around about 2016 when I did this preview. So that's always going to be something to look at. If you are here in the stream, make sure that you comment along wherever on your platform is. Welcome to the Instagram viewers for the very first time. This is a live stream over on Instagram. Everything seems to be working pretty well. This is also streaming over on X and also on YouTube. Hopefully, you'll be able to hear me well enough. I am using the nice XLR cables today with the sound monitoring. I can hear myself absolutely crystal clear. Watching the lads go out at the Millantor Stadium. There's a nice atmosphere feel that is coming through. That's really good to see. Bundesliga football is back. For those that are wondering, it is 2:57 a.m. my time local. That is why I have got coffee. And we've also got the sticky notes to do our review. So if you see me noting things down, that is the reasoning why. Depending on how good this stream goes along on Instagram, they will be coming every single time that we do a live stream. So please, if you're on Instagram, let me know. Put something down in the comments below. I should be able to see it and I should be able to interact with you in real time. Good to see Willie Orban back, even though he was back last, well, it was Thursday, I would say, depending on where you were watching the stream from, or I should say, watching the Champions League game from. Uh, he didn't play too bad in that game. I would have liked to have seen him play a little bit better, but he was a little bit rusty, and that's understandable considering he had been banned for 2 games. If you haven't had a chance to listen to any of the RBL Talk podcast episodes, there's actually three of them. So that was featured on a Pardio podcast as well. So if you look up that, that's an Atletico Madrid podcast, part of the Atletico Madrid podcast network. And I had Emmanuel, who I was on his show as well, had him on the RBL Talk podcast. Really good episode. And I also had Jeremy Barron, who is the admin from Into the Calderon. So I also had him on the podcast as well. Had him as a brand new bonus episode with a new mini series called Talking with Dagigna, which, for those of you who don't know any of their German, is the opponent or the opponents in German. And speaking of the opponent and the opponents in German, watching in this game, FC St. Pauli are looking pretty well out there, actually. The crowd's pumping and ready to go. Not too sure how this stream's going to go. Someone says the audio quality is kind of bad. I apologize with that. Unsure why the audio quality is kind of bad. If I don't know if that helps or anything, I just turn up my gain a little bit. It might be also worse than that. So at halftime, I might have to change it over as well. I might have to use the there's a USB cable as well, but that seems to be pretty bad actually. So, 'cause on my side it seems to be okay. Let's just turn that down. It seems to be getting a little bit loud there. So it starts the live score of the game. Unsure why the sound sometimes doesn't work very well. It happened a couple of times as well, and I'm using an XLR cable, so the XLR cable should actually be doing very, very good. I've been playing with it through my podcast episodes, and they work crystal clear and fine. So, my apologies there, the Angel. Um, I'm going to have to quickly do a Google Translate there, so please bear with me. I'm just probably going to have a look at that now, and I'm going to say, where am I watching this game live on? In Australia, I watch it live on BN Sports. So thank you for your viewership, and I hope you enjoy the coverage. Yeah, I'm doing also standalone recordings to see if it's going to be any issues. StreamYard does also some live recordings and saves them to the hard drive afterwards. So hopefully that's going to be okay, and I can see if there's any issues between halftime or not. So hello there from Washington, New York City. Welcome there, all the way over in the Big Apple over there. Out of curiosity, some people over on Instagram have said that my sound isn't sounding too well. If you could let me know, um, Sonia, my apologies if I've said that incorrectly. That would be great. Eggestein's got the ball for St. Pauli, and there's a beautiful cross, and it might be no. Haidara's got a nice block in there by the looks of things, and also a clearance as well. So early couple of minutes, St. Pauli really giving it to us. Um, yeah, no worries. Nice to see you sticking around. Um, be back in 45-minute break, no worries. Don't forget to like and sub people, much appreciated as well. Also, give his channel a bit of a look as well, featured over on his channel as well. He's not too bad of a creator as well. Love my independent creators. We've got here 3 minutes and 12 seconds is what I'm commentating live at the moment. We're just playing around with the ball back with our two centre backs at the moment. Willie Orban and Lecaber, I believe, is our two centre backs today. I did have a bit of a look at the team sheet. Good to see Gertruda or Gertruda. It'd be interesting to find out the dialect of how people's actual sound goes from that. Um, and this person says it's really hard to understand because of the quality. Okay, I apologize for that. That's someone over on Instagram. So I'm not too sure what happens with Instagram. If you go check it over on YouTube, it might be better. Also, the quality on X seems to be all right as well. So I haven't really had many problems. This is the first time we're doing a stream over on Instagram. So this hopefully should be okay. Normally, the third slot is actually on Twitch, and I found out that Twitch doesn't actually have any uh, way of keeping the video after a week. I was speaking to a Twitch streamer, Jake, if you're watching, hello, over there in the US, and he says that they actually don't keep them over there on the platform like YouTube does. As we've lost the ball in the defensive third here, so we're not playing too well these first 4 minutes 45 seconds, guys and girls. Like it's really not good at the moment for Leipzig. We're really struggling here. Oh wow, that's a brilliant pass to Eggestein, and it's a great Great save from Peter Galacci. Nice and down, really quick, great hands. I really wanted to see Martin van der Voort in today's game, but look, it is what it is. We're not going to be able to change and get everything. I did want a bit more squad rotations, but yeah, there's not much we can do about it. As long as we get the 3 points, that's the main. Currently playing the ball in the middle of the park, which is still getting for it. Haven't really been at our best in the first few moments, that's for certain. We're just going to move that over here. Baumgartner's got the ball. I just had to move up. I should really trying to get a third screen, I reckon. Instead of just using the same one screen, be able to split it into two or something like that. Might be something for me to look at later on down the line. As I don't actually get to see the screen at the same time as I preview the game. So it was a nice cross there from David Raum, and it's been missed. And we've now retained the ball back in the middle of the park with Cyball passing it over to the left with David Raum. And Xavi Simmons, the star boy himself, has got the ball. And now we're just playing around with the ball in some triangles around in the upper left-hand side, just on the attacking third. Let me know where you're watching the game from as well. If you're joining in the stream with us, welcome if it's your first time to a RBL Talk podcast watch along. For those that are wondering, I chose this game specifically because St. Pauli is one of those teams that one, we had a good record over, and two, that St. Pauli is actually got a decent following where I'm from here in Australia. And they're one of those teams where you don't expect them to have such a good following because they're a smallish club outside of Germany, but they're actually a really good, strong, loyal fan base. And as much as they hate us, you got to give credit where credit's due. Marco Rosa looks very comfortable down on the touchline. Hello, Gaffer. There's some choice words I used in the most recent podcast episode of our Gaffer, Marco Rosa, basically saying that he's giving us too many excuses to put it in a short way. If you want to go see exactly what I said, make sure that you go to the rbltalk.com website or check RBL Talk wherever you get your podcasts, and you'll be able to listen to the latest episode for free. Really here in the crowd, and we are St. Pauli coming through. As a player, that must be absolutely deafening. But I'm sure all the lads are up for it as we're got the ball in the middle of the park. I believe that was Xavi passing to Getrauda. And back again to in the middle of the park, which looks to be, I think that's young. Uh, that's a good question who that is. Yeah, I think that's Willie Orban, the Klosterman. Yep, that is our captain himself, Willie Orban. Let me know what you think of this three men at the back as positioning. I'm not really a big fan of it. I think we should really be playing with the back four. I don't mind us changing up some tactics with the back three, as there's a beautiful, lovely pass played to Powson. It was a very hard but very good challenge. I'd like to know exactly what St. Pauli player that was, and I'll give that to you as soon as I receive it. Number 8 for St. Pauli. I don't have the actual players' names here on me, so I normally do have a bit of a printout for that. I'm just going to have a quick check of that. and that is young Eric Smith, 27-year-old Swedish centre back, with a lovely hard challenge on Yusuf House. Got nothing but ball. There's no way that you can fault that. You dive in, especially from the side or from behind, you've got to win the ball. Another long ball that's nicely played to Yusuf Hausen. Good to see him starting, actually. He notched up his most recent appearance for us at number 400. Today's number 401. Hopefully, in his 401st game, we can get a win for him. It's going to be a sad day when he does leave the club. He's been at the club for so long, it feels like he's been a part of the club since its foundation almost. Speaking of the man, he's back on the ball again. Absolutely playing his heart out, as always. And now the ball has gone into touch for Gertruda to have a throw in down on the right hand side. And that's 11 minutes and 15 seconds played into the first half. Anyone that's still watching it over on Instagram, let me know if the audio has gotten any better. I'm going to apologize in advance now. And I'm not too sure why the audio quality is poor, as if I might go through some audio settings and just see what's going on here. Uh, randomly change some of this and see if this does anything, and we might be able to get something better. I'm not going to adjust much down in the settings here. I'm not too sure if that's gotten any better. Let me know. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'm going to take, and we'll go from there. I'll have to listen to this at another time, unfortunately. It doesn't seem like there's any issues. It might have been the echo cancellation, which probably what it was. It was probably over processing it, doing some noise suppression or auto gain or something like that. So, considering that I've got a podcast microphone here and it's through XLR cable through a Rodecaster, I should be able to get everything pretty well. So, unfortunately, during the live stream here, I can't actually change anything. I can't interact with anyone live. I can go see the comments over there, but I can't actually do much else during the stream. As we have the ball, and now the ball is in dispute. It's going between everyone, as it looks like to be a foul there, but the play has been waved on by the official. 13 minutes and 22 seconds played into the first half. Excuse me. What do you think of today's game so far? What do you think of our lineup and also our recent results? I would like to know. Make sure that you comment wherever you are watching this from, whether you're watching this on X, YouTube, or for the first time, we are live on Instagram. So please make sure that you leave a comment and let me know. I won't be able to see the comments on Instagram in the chat here in the software that I use, which I use StreamYard. So I'm going to check over there every now and then and make sure that you all over there on Instagram aren't feeling left out and that you also can see your comments. If you're commenting on X or YouTube, I get them straight into the chat, nice and live and quick, so I'll respond straight away. It's been a bit of a battle of possession at the moment. I haven't really been able to do much. As St. Pauli have the ball and stream away towards that left-hand side, cutting inside. It made... That was David Raum look a little bit ordinary there. Need a bit of a clearance here. Eggestein has the ball. Crossed it to the back post. Ball still in dispute. Willie Orban comes along with some no-nonsense defending and just smacks that away. Beautiful. Love to see that. Currently, we have had 79% ball possession. And St. Pauli still have 21% ball possession, but they have had more total shots than us. That being said, there's only been 3 total shots in the game, 2-1 in favour of St. Pauli. Let's move some of these screens around so it looks a little bit better. So let's go from there. If I click over there, that's okay. Beautiful. Oh, wow, what a save from Peter Galacci. While I'm sitting here moving around some screens, it's a lot better for the viewers and also for my own viewing so I can commentate on this game. There's a lovely cross. A beautiful shot from number 26 from St. Pauli. And that number 26 for St. Pauli is Saad. Elias Saad from Tanzania. That with a beautiful cut back inside and a beautiful shot to test Peter Galacci. He'd like that nice and early, be able to get his hands on the ball. He's had a very easy save. And now with a nice reflex save, he'll feel that he's got a good eye in. Smith has the corner here up on the left-hand side for St. Pauli. Crosses it into the middle. Oh, wow. 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 Jackson Irvine, player watch from the RBL Talk podcast in this week's episode. As a fellow Australian, he's one of the best Australian footballers. Managed to get him safe in some ample space in the middle of the box. Bounced off the floor, diving header. All he had to do was hit any side and it's just gone over the crossbar. That's the first real chance of the game, and it's come from St. Pauli. And the player watch for RBL Talk, and that was Jackson Irvine. Eggestein has the ball, big shot, and a save from Peter Galacci. St. Pauli are really pushing here. Your stream is behind, yep. As in your stream that you're viewing this or the stream that you're watching the game. The stream here that I have watching the game itself is 18 minutes and 9 seconds played as Peter Galacci does his goal kick. And I'm pretty good with everything else on my end. Everything is sounding fine through the monitoring. So it must just be the streaming software. Maybe I'm too sure about that. How would you feel if St. Pauli score and Jackson Irvine gets the goal or assist, an Aussie player? Yeah, let's not go there. Look, as player watch, Jackson Irvine's always been one of the best players for Australia and the Socceroos for several years now. As we have the ball up forward with Yusuf Powson just being slightly dispossessed. And I'll finish this comment just after this play. Too high for what looked to be a very good question. Klosterman has the ball cornering it. I think it was Baumgartner by the looks of it. That was on the floor. As now St. Pauli have a breakaway with Saad. But it's been shut down and they're just having to regroup in the middle of the park, almost in our attacking third. So going back to that comment, while there's a little bit of a break in play, yeah, it wouldn't bother me so much. I want to see Australian players do well. There's not many Australian soccer players, or that's what they call it here, soccer. For me, football. And that's a way it's known around the world is football. And be very conflicted in a sense because I want to see the players do well, but not against us. So there's that. Your game is behind. ESPN is poor. Okay. That's not good. So here in Australia, we have a live stream of BN Sports as Peter Galacci punches the ball out to the left hand side for a throw in for St. Pauli. While we've got you there, let me know how the audio is on your end from the stream here that I'm providing. The audio should sound better now that I've taken off the noise cancellation, as the noise doesn't need to be noise cancellation through the recording software, as we've got a audio interface here that should be doing everything okay. And if it is, I can adjust the sound down here if need be. St. Pauli's got the ball, and it's dealt with a very didn't look very comfortable clearance there from David Raum, as Sard gets around Gertruda very easily and Baumgartner. Oh, beautiful. So the sound was probably poor all this time, considering I was using the audio cancellation. I'm unsure why I even had that setting on, to be honest, as I don't use it when I record the podcast either. So there's never a good sign when you're using over processing with your audio, especially when you've got XLR cables. As this corner comes in from St. Pauli, and it's just headed down out towards the back. And there is an offside call, so Peter Galacci will have the ball for a goal kick / free kick. And that is now 21 minutes and 44 seconds played. Still 0-0 at the moment, as Leipzig get dispossessed again on the backside. This is not good. Not good at all at the moment. But here we go. Benjamin Sesko in the middle of the pitch, streaming through, just like he did on Thursday night in Madrid. Although St. Pauli get back very quickly. And now he's got no room to be able to do anything. And now we've had to push it out towards the left-hand side with Xavi Simons and David Raum working together. Unconvincing clearance there from St. Pauli as Klosterman takes it back to Gertruda, to Seiwald, who is taking the position today of Kevin Campbell, as he is out with a late injury from Thursday night's clash in Madrid. He is out with an abductor issue, as Haidara gets booked for a yellow card, as he's accidentally taking St. Pauli's player number 17 down, just stuck his leg out and then grabbed him, and you can't pull someone down like that. Easily a yellow card, no issues with that. And that player for St. Pauli was Aladabo Alfalorian. I might have butchered that, and he's English, of all things. Would not think so with a name like that, not trying to stereotype or anything like that. But definitely one of those players that may have a dual citizenship or pass or anything like that. Just like how some players have had, they can play for one or the other because they're born at one country or something like that, or their parents have, like English parents, so they take the English citizenship, or they've been born in another country. And that just ticks over onto 24 minutes played, still 0-0 in this contest in the Bundesliga, up in the far north of Germany. Finally, your match stream is fixed. That's beautiful to hear. You don't want to see your streams getting poor, especially this day and age with everyone having rights to watch games. Myself here in Australia, I actually have 3 actual providers that I need to watch games with. So beIN Sports to watch the Bundesliga games. I have Stan Sport, which is owned, I think, by Paramount, to have the Champions League games. And then I have to have Optus Sport, another one, to have the DFB Pokal games as well. So that's three different providers over like 60, maybe $70 Australian dollars a month just on subscriptions. It'd be great for a consumer if they can consolidate things eventually, but yeah, streaming is a thing. Streaming wars are a thing when it comes to content and viewership. So tell me what it's like in your country, wherever you are watching this stream, how many streaming providers you have to have or use to watch RB Leipzig or your favorite football team if you're not an RB Leipzig supporter and you've just found this stream floating around the airwaves over on X or YouTube. Excuse me. Another comment here. But yes, I wanted to say I'm relatively new RBL fan, been following for 2 years, but mostly in and out. Awesome. Nice for you to come back in and join the stream, whether this is your first time during the stream or not, during RBL Talk podcast streams. Nice to have your viewership, and I hope you enjoy the coverage. And we're getting very, very caught badly on the break here. I really don't think Marco Rosa is going to be happy at half time if this continues. As Seiwald gets the ball back in the middle of the park, over to, looks to be Xavi Simons. Beautiful through ball from David Raum, crosses in to nobody. A clearance from St. Pauli. A cross from Xavi Simons, trying to pick out Benjamin Sesko, but unable to make it work. Too heavy and out for a St. Pauli goal kick with 26 minutes, 35 seconds played. The goalkeeper here, Vasily, I might have butchered that, and I'll say that wrong now. One of my work colleagues is Bosnian, and their goalkeeper, he told me, is Bosnian as well. So they said a very bad prediction for us as well. He said that Vasily is a Bosnian goalkeeper, and as my workmate who is Bosnian said that RB Leipzig won't score today against the Bosnian goalkeeper because their Bosnian goalkeeper is very highly rated as well. So we shall see if he's correct. And I'm not going to name any names, but if you're watching or if you do end up coming across this stream, we'll see how you go, and a bit of a shout out for you there if you're watching. What was Cyball doing there? That was poor. And St. Pauli have the ball now in the box, have to be very careful. Oh, what a challenge there. What a challenge. And now we have the ball on the break with Xavi Simons dancing, and he's been pushed over, and that's a yellow card booking. Has to be. Yep, and St. Pauli received their first booking of the evening. A little bit of a push in the back there for Xavi Simons. And he fell for it, and you're going to take that. Going back before there with a challenge as well, Willie Orban. Love to see him back. Absolutely fantastic. If you're over on Instagram, how's the stream going? Earlier, I was told that the audio wasn't very well. Audio now has been fixed. There must have been a little bit of too much compression going on. Just changed that. There's a bit of a tick box in the settings of the streams, and now where everything's all going over there, so everything should be fine for you Instagram viewers. Another comment here as well. In the US, I need 2 for RBL, ESPN for the Bundesliga and Pokal, Paramount Plus for Champions League. And I'd say Paramount is worth it, but ESPN streaming is poor. CBS Crew for UEFA Champions League is fun, but nothing like that for Bundesliga or even La Liga on ESPN. Yes, ESPN is actually one of those really good worldwide brands that do a lot of sports. We don't get really much ESPN here. We do, but we don't have it for any major football here. Apple does like the Major League Soccer, and everyone else has other rights for Bundesliga, Premier League, La Liga, League One, and all that. So, and that's the latter is mainly done by beIN Sports, except if it's the Premier League, that's done by Optus Sport in Australia. So, 30 minutes have gone, and it's still 0-0. A little bit disappointing so far. That's a foul for, by the looks of it, Getrauda. No booking though. Going to check over the people on Instagram. Hello, everyone who has joined. There's multiple people joining over there. Great to see. If you don't follow the Instagram account, just go check it out. RBL Talk. I post snippets over there. You can also get involved with the show, which is weekly, sometimes semi-weekly, depending on fixture. As St. Pauli here have a free kick. Wasn't too bad, actually. A bit of curl and drift. Is it Alpha Lower? Let's have a look. He's gone down here. A little bit of a elbow there from Sesko, but hasn't done anything. He's just protected himself, so you can't give a booking for that. He's just flopping around, and now he's on the floor holding his head. Didn't even get touched on the head. Get up, get on with play. So stop playing around, rolling around on the football like a lollipop, so to speak. Can't be doing that. As they're going to have a bit of a drinks break here. 31 minutes in, 39 seconds played. Yeah, game stats so far for 30 minutes. Good to see. Leipzig 1 shot on target. 0 on target, sorry. St. Pauli 7 shots, 3 on target. Yeah, we're absolutely getting destroyed out there. No question about it. Marco Ruiz is going to be absolutely fuming if this is going to continue. As we're getting closer towards the half, I will give everyone a heads up that is viewing this now. There is normally a little bit of an interval of a half-time break. I normally give myself a couple of minutes to go get some more refreshments and get ready for the second half. So please stay with the stream. There will be a bit of a loop-up video that will play until I get back, which normally isn't long. So at the halftime break, make sure to grab your refreshments, grab your popcorn if you got it, grab your dinner, wherever it is at the time that you're viewing this Sunday night, and get involved with the stream by commenting along. If you leave any comments along while I'm not here during that little halftime break, it's normally only going to be 2 minutes. I'll come back and I will be going through some analysis of some players as well during the halftime break. Yes, we need to do something in this half. We'd really like to silence that crowd and get a goal. That almost looked a little bit ugly. That ball was a little bit high, and Peter Galacci still managed to get it. Funny enough, I was actually a decent goalkeeper playing in high school, but I'm only 5'4" basically, so couldn't make it professionally. But I had a good jump on me, so that was always helpful. Good jump, good reflexes, good positioning. And going from that positioning, we're all over the place as Eggestein has the ball and has passed it over. And oh, wow. Irvine again, almost with a header. Again, Jackson Irvine on player watch from the RBL Talk podcast midweek. After the review of the Atletico Madrid game, Jackson Irvine was on player watch, and he's running us ragged. A few other players as well that I've been impressed with from St. Pauli. So if they keep continuing the way they're going, especially against us, if they can pull out things like this throughout the season, they should be staying up into next year's Bundesliga season. but it's only early. Baumgartner with the ball down the right-hand side. Pushes it inside. A nice pass from Gertruda down to the left-hand side with David Raum with the ball, just slowing up play a little bit. To Xavi Simons, back to, by the looks of that, Seiwald to Gertruda. No, Haidara, my apologies. And we're just passing the ball around now, just before our attacking third. Xavi Simons with a nice little step over there. Passes it back to Amadou Haidara, who has been booked and seen a yellow card. Apologies, had some notifications there. Didn't know if that was anything to do with X, where this is also streaming on. Let me know, do you call it X or Twitter these days, as St. Pauli have a break. Absolutely screaming down the right-hand side. Eggestein crosses it in, and there is a volley, but it was a easy RBL clearance. Ball still in dispute. St. Pauli are trying to control it. It's gone back to the middle of the park almost. Yeah, very good there, Talos. How does St. Pauli have 7 shots? If you've been watching the game here, if you're unable to watch the game, then at the moment it's 36 minutes and 30 seconds past down in northern Germany, and St. Pauli have been absolutely outplaying RB Leipzig to the delight of most Bundesliga supporters. So they have been absolutely fantastic. No knock on them. I believe Marco Rosa is going to be absolutely fuming at half-time. And David Raum looks very, very in defence ordinary, I guess you could say. Excuse me. It doesn't look very good in defence. Might be some player fatigue getting in. Something I mentioned on the podcast this week, that we need to move some players around a little bit more than just what we did, as Willie Orban is pushed out to the far left-hand side to deal with that. And St. Pauli have a throw-in. Yep, definitely agree with that. Leipzig this season, if it was summed up in one single emoji, facepalm. Absolutely. This is now 37 minutes and 48 seconds past played in the first half. Welcome along to the live stream and the coverage of the RBL Talk podcast, of the live watch-along between RB Leipzig and St. Pauli. RB Leipzig are playing away today. They're playing all the way up in far north of Germany, where they're playing St. Pauli, who have absolutely been playing fantastic. Unlike us, who have just tried to do a through ball pass, and it's just been intercepted quite comfortably there from St. Pauli. So we've got some things to be working on for sure. Let me know, what do you think if it happened, if we got a 0-0 result like we did against Union Berlin? What would your thoughts be? Make sure you drop those down in the comments wherever you are watching this stream. We're currently live streaming on X, YouTube, and over on Instagram. Checking out those people over on Instagram, as I don't get those comments from Instagram coming over onto the stream here. So some people are joining and still viewing and watching. That's great to see. I can't get your comments, so if you do comment, make sure that you let me know. Give it a bell. Where I stream from. So welcome to the stream. May I know where you stream from in my area? Almost 1 a.m. Yeah, so I stream from Australia. I'm an RB Leipzig supporter from Australia. It's currently 3:39 a.m. My time, that is local. And I'm in the central time zone of Australia. We have 3 time zones at least. We have Western Australia, which is an hour and a half behind me. So they would be around about 2:10 a.m. And then we have the Central Time Zone. And then on the far right-hand side, on the Eastern Time Zone, we have half an hour in front. So over in Melbourne or Sydney, which is in Brisbane, they're some of the biggest cities on that east side that people know of in Australia. It would be 4:10 a.m. in the morning, currently Monday morning, my time. As 40 minutes have played in this first half, still 0-0. It's not really looking well for RB Leipzig here. We might be doing what we did last Bundesliga game, as Yusuf Poulsen fixes his shoe, gets up a little bit gingerly. No injury there, just a little bit of a tussle with the defender there. Number 3 for St. Pauli, which, looking at the team sheet here, number 3 for St. Pauli is Korol Metz from Estonia, the 31-year-old centre-back. As RB Leipzig have a very weak shot at goal from Benjamin Sesko, is absolutely fuming. We haven't really had much chances, but still, there's the chances that we have had been very poor. As we have the ball again, Sesko passes to Xavi. Xavi shoot, and he's gone down the box. Come on. I know there wasn't much there, but still, definitely not a penalty. As St. Pauli are away on the break, 4 defenders back. Oh, wow. Galacci, great save down. And a deflection. Wow. Absolutely. Just everything's going wrong right now for St. Pauli. Peter Galacci has been absolutely fantastic. Our defence has just been poor. 4 players standing around the St. Pauli attackers there and just really not doing anything about it. As David Raum now has on the left-hand side, passing it to, by looks of things, Xavi Simons. And he's just going to hold up play a little bit as more of the RB Leipzig attackers come through. Checking out in the comments. Yeah, need a goal, please? Yep, absolutely. First time seeing your podcast, but really like your commentary. Already subscribed. Thank you very much. If you would like to make sure that you follow the podcast as well on YouTube to make sure that you know when the podcast live streams are happening. Normally try to do them at least once a month. The live streams are always going to be monthly at the very least. I take off time from work or do it before work or after work, depending on the time slots. We also do some every now and then some DFB Pokal or UEFA Champions League games as well. So I've decided to pick the games that are currently on YouTube. If you look under the streams tab, the next stream I do believe after this is the BVB stream. I will double check that just to make sure so everyone is not confused, as sometimes with all the fixtures coming thick and fast, it is sometimes hard to find out what streams are what, as I have it in my calendar. Just make sure that's having a look now. No, my apologies. The next one is going to be Mainz by the look of it, and then we have Borussia Dortmund, and then we finish out up in December with Holstein Kiel, which I picked specifically because my some of my family members who are also from Leipzig, the other part of my family, are up from Kiel in northern Germany. So my Oma is actually up there, and the rest of my family were from Leipzig. Also, if it's the first time that you are getting into the podcast as well, the podcast is available on all major podcast apps, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all your major podcast networks. Just search for RBL Talk and you'll be able to find it. Otherwise, just head to the rbltalk.com website. That link will be on the live stream down the bottom on the show notes on YouTube, or you can click the listen tab to be able to find it through there. And on the rbltalk.com website, where you'll also find news and a few other things on there as well. You click the subscribe button and you have all these icons, and just click on your platform and you're good to go. Another one here. Jordan, mate, I've put a $750 bet for Leipzig to win. Well, I really hope they do win then for you. I will mention that gambling is not a good thing to do. I don't condone it. but people are free to do what they do as long as it is legal for you in your country, state, or territory. Uh, Need that first goal, absolutely, and also need penalty, need goal. So we have 1 minute of added time added on, just hitting 45 minutes now. For those who are just joining the stream, welcome. For those that have been along the stream along the whole way, thank you for your coverage so far. As we currently have the ball, and very, very poor cross there. Pass, I should say. I think that was Willie Orban. So this is probably going to be the last play for the half, as there's going to be a throw in for St. Pauli. That wouldn't put it against him for wouldn't put it against him getting another shot at goal here. Excuse me, but as that happens, there is a foul given, and Lucas Klosterman now has the ball. And we may, if we're quick, we're not really being quick at the moment. We're just playing around with it in the center of the pitch. And now moved it down to the right-hand side. Klosterman with the ball, back heel for Christoph Baumgartner. And that is half-time with the score, 0-0. St. Pauli fans are absolutely going berserk. What do you think of the half? Let me know. Make sure that you drop those down in the comments and let me know what you think. I think Marco Rosa is going to be absolutely fuming at halftime, as Marco Rosa is talking with Amadou Haidara as they're coming off the pitch now. Alrighty, having a look at some comments before I do head off just slightly. I will be away for a couple of minutes. So looking down at the comments, I will check Instagram first to make sure those lovely people over there aren't being deserted. No comments there, but thank you to everyone there who's joining in the live stream video. What is your match prediction results for this match? I thought that we will win 2-1, I think is what I said in the podcast during the week. That was just released a couple of days ago. I did think that Pauli would score. I did expect us to win. And I'll be back as the second half starts. That's a good time than any to do the same thing. So while the live stream is just going to be put on pause momentarily, as that there is going to be a halftime little break here for myself, going to make sure that I go and get some more refreshments and make sure that you get some refreshments as well. Make sure to settle in and come back and enjoy the second half. At the moment, it is 0-0. RB Leipzig 0, St. Pauli 0. I will be around about 2 minutes or so, and when I come back, I'll be taking any comments or questions that you would have left for me, and then we'll go into some players as well during the halftime break to give a player watch on Jackson Irvine and a few other players for both St. Pauli and RB Leipzig. Welcome back. This stream is after the halftime break. For those of you just joining in, the RBL Talk podcast watch along is live, coming at you from YouTube, X, and over on Instagram. Before we get back into your comments that you've left just in this half, and also before we go into the player watch, and also having a look at some other players not on player watch this week as well. I would just like to say that if you're this first time that you're viewing, welcome. For those of you still viewing and have come to the streams regularly, welcome back. For those of you that do not know, I am an Australian person who is a absolute big fan and supporter of RBL Leipzig. You can find the podcast at rbltalk.com and you can find it over all podcast platforms. Just checking the Instagram accounts first. Someone over there, Harmonizer, bit slow. Peter has saved us again. Welcome back to the stream there, Mr. Dave Harmonizer. And then we have over here on the YouTube, Rinikatek Sports Agenda says, sorry for my wording, but we are weak. Or my apologies, I've actually seen that wrong. So I'm not going to say what that is. For those watching the stream, you know what that says. I thought that said weak. So my apologies for that. If there's any youngers people watching this stream, as this podcast is family friendly and for absolutely everyone. Making sure that we get our refreshments ready before we go check out the player watch. First on player watch is, of course, Jackson Irvine, who was on player watch in the podcast episode. Irvine, also the captain for St. Pauli, my apologies, and is also an Australian footballer as well. He's currently had 12 out of 17, 71% accurate passes. He's created one chance. He has had a really good chance when he did that header over the crossbar. 26 touches, 5 in RB Leipzig's box. 2 passes into the final third. Has been dispossessed once. 1 clearance, 1 defensive action, 6 recoveries. Duels won has been 2 and duels lost 3. He's won 2 out of 3 aerial duels as well. A couple other players to look at for player watch as well. As there's a couple of players here, that's okay. You're more than welcome. I actually didn't read that correctly, so that's partly my fault. Not a problem there. So Elias Saad, he's impressed me at the moment. 24-year-old from Tanzania. He is being a big threat up front for St. Pauli. And RBL are just having a really hard time just trying to get around the pace of these St. Pauli attackers. He's currently had 1 shot on target, 25 touches, 3 in the RB Leipzig box. And he's had 3 defensive actions, 1 recovery, 5 duels won, 7 duels lost. And then there's Eggestein as well. He hasn't been doing too bad. The 26-year-old German international has had 2 chances created, 14 out of 18 accurate passes. He's had 3 shots and he hasn't been doing too bad. On the RB Leipzig point of view, well, Benjamin Sesko had that 1 break through the middle of the park, which was similar to what happened on Thursday night. And besides that, he really hasn't been able to do much. Tell me what you think we should be doing at the halftime break. What players do we need to come on? What players do we need a formation change? Do we need to move back towards the 4-2-2 narrow type formation, the normal Red Bull type way? Do we need to bring on some substitutes? Who will they be? Some players like impact players like Antonio Nusa. He hasn't done much. He was taken off at the halftime mark in the trip to Madrid, which I was a bit surprised about, actually. And yeah, look, we need to do something in this second half. This is just not acceptable at all. And having a look over here, over on the Instagram, Harmonizer, same thing as said that before. No problem. There's no extra stuff over there. Sorry, something to do with my mouse here. Let's have a look here. Comments on YouTube. I can feel you are a friendly guys. Warmly welcome you to visit my country. Awesome. I wouldn't mind coming to around the world. Someday I'm going to be going to the Red Bull Arena as it's on the bucket list. I would love to go back to my home country in Germany. I haven't been there before, the events that happened recently, which shall not be named due to not getting this this live stream demonetized and things like that. But we all know what happened recently, around about 6 years ago or something, when the world was a little bit of a chaotic state. Rinkentek Sport Agenda. I won't go back to the 4-2-2 or maybe a 4-3-3 with Xavi left, Seski middle, and Lolo right. Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad, actually. Yeah. I did say that I was on the Apardio podcast with Emmanuel, which is an Atletico Madrid podcast in English. I had him on the show as well. One of the 3 episodes that was released this week, just coming, or ending, I should say. And I spoke to Emmanuel, and I did say that we should be doing a 4-3-3 sometimes instead of doing a 3-5-2, which it looks like a 3-5-2, but it's a really unorganized 3-5-2 with 3 at the back. I don't know what is happening when it comes to the way that our formations are going at the moment. But yeah, for those that only just joining the stream, welcome. For those that are still in the stream, welcome back. The next 4 people who are interested, after today's stream, there will be a 5 to 10 minute period at the end of the stream for more comments, a bit of a Q&A if you are interested. I'm free all day, or all night, I should say, even though it's 4 a.m. currently my time in Australia. I'm more than happy to stick around and do a little bit of Q&A before we end the broadcast this evening. And going into our next live stream will be against Mainz. That is a scheduled live stream, and that's going to be on the 19th of October, and that will be live, and that is for the Bundesliga game against Mainz versus RB Leipzig. And that will be live streaming on all the same platforms that is today, and that is over on Instagram, that is over on X, and of course over on the YouTube channel, which is the best way to watch these streams live and free. My phone's going ballistic for some reason. I don't know why. I'm just going to quickly check it out at the moment. We've got just some people liking the stream over on X. Thank you very much for that. Share it around if you like it, like this. If you like this stream as well, make sure that you like it. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. No, Rinkentek, my missus would not be very happy with me if that was the case. She's actually asleep at the moment at 4 o'clock in the morning. And sometimes I do wake her up with my incessant screaming and yelling at the football. I do remember the time that we won our first DFB Pokal trophy. That was about this time in the morning, 4 a.m., and I was screaming my absolute head off. I actually think I woke some of the neighbours as well. Pender missed the penalty against Berlin, but I think he is the only machine scorer in the second half. What is the scoreline? Scoreline is up on the stream. It is 0-0. And welcome to the stream there. I haven't seen you in the streams before. So it's STP for St. Pauli and RBL for RB Leipzig, as this is a RB Leipzig podcast called RBL Talk, taken from the short name of them, RBL. Checking over the Instagram there. Welcome to people joining the live stream there. No, I am not streaming the match. There is a disclaimer down in the video on YouTube, at least. I'm sure it's on Instagram as well, on X. There is no room for the actual disclaimer, my apologies, says that I'm unable to live stream the actual footage of the game due to legal rights, as I do not actually have the rights to stream the game itself. I stream the game legally, where I suggest everyone do the same thing, as I don't condone anything illegal on this podcast. I stream it through BN Sports, who have the provider rights over in Australia, and I am watching that live on my end, and I commentate it live for everyone as well, whether you are just listening to the podcast while you're at the game or at work, or if you're watching the actual feed. Many people watch the live streams and sometimes just listen to the commentary because they can't watch the game. So they tune into my streams, which I feel very privileged. As my work colleague said about their goalkeeper, we'll quickly go into player watch for him over there. My work colleague is Bosnian, and Nikola Vazelli, I believe it is said or pronounced. I've probably butchered that, and I apologize for... Excuse me, my workmate who's Bosnian, and also the Bosnian people, if you are watching or listening to this stream either now or later on in the future. He's done very well. I only had the one save to make, a diving save in the box, where he ran to it and headed it away. Is it possible you can set the match time? I'm still appreciate. I'm unsure on what you mean by that. Can you clear that up a little bit for me? Is it possible you can set the match time? If not, still appreciate. When it comes to the match time for what, my apologies. If you mean the next live stream, which will be against Mines, that match time, that'll be 11:55 p.m. my time. But if you're meaning the actual game right now, the second half has just started, and it's 45 minutes and 56 seconds have been played. St. Pauli have a free kick. It's now just 46 minutes played into this game. Yep, that's right, Ringatit. The game has not started, at least not the second half, but the second half has now started as we speak. And it is 46 minutes, 18 seconds played. Antonio Nusa seems to be warming up on the bench. Not surprised to see him be warming up. Might have to get him out onto the pitch as soon as possible. Maybe about the 50th minute mark, which is something that I said on the Apatio podcast. I'm apologizing if I've been butchering that, Emmanuel, and if you do watching the stream right now, I will have to brush up on a little bit of Spanish and make sure I get that correct. And if you haven't checked out that podcast episode I was featured on, you can go to the RBLTalk.com website. There is a section called As Seen On. Go check that out for everywhere that I've been on. I've been on multiple shows all across world football. So I just thought there was some sort of dirt or something on my microphone. It's just the lighting that I've got at the moment just looks a bit sparkly over my pop filter. As Baumgartner here has a challenge on St. Pauli's, I believe that is the wing back or maybe forward, and they've gotten a free kick in the middle of the park, straight to Gertruda, kicks it away to St. Pauli. St. Pauli kick it back, and now it's going to go out for no corner kick yet. It's going to go in through a throw-in for RB Leipzig, as I think that was Eggestein did a cross across all the goal and everyone and didn't get anywhere. As David Raum now has the ball in hand. Actual game minutes live, if you can put the time on the screen. Oh no, I apologize, I can't put the time on the screen. The ticker down the bottom, that stays the same. I can't change. That's not dynamic. I'd have to manually change it and then take it down and re-upload it. The same thing with the scoreline here, down the bottom on this side over here of your screen, where it says STP-RBL. I can update the score once there's a goal that's been scored. I take it down, I put the score on it, and I can change it from there. But unfortunately, the recording software has a little bit of a limitation when it comes to doing the minutes. As the official gets in the way and has a reset in play, Haidara and the official having a bit of a chat. Hopefully that is a please don't book me again there. As oh, okay, I see what's happened. He's Haidara's tried to pass the ball away and almost smacked him right in the face. That would hurt. Sorry, I'm just going to need to stretch a little bit. I need to probably invest in like a really, really nice, relaxing gaming chair or something. But then I'm afraid I'll end up not commentating properly. I'll just be leaning back all the time. As RBL have the ball now, and the attacking third. My apologies, a bit tongue tied there. Sesko passed around to Xavi, and he kicks it. Wow, what a beautiful curling shot in the top corner there. Vasily did a beautiful reflex save. My work colleague, who's Bosnian, was absolutely spot on. This goalkeeper is actually very top quality. He's the international goalkeeper for Bosnia. And, yep, definitely props to my work colleague there, as he's also Bosnian. He knew what he was on about. As Xavi Simons, who had the nice curling shot, takes the corner on the right-hand side and over Yusuf Poulsen's head, and I think that was Eggestein that has headed the ball away, and we just play the ball all the way back to Peter Galacci. As 50 minutes and 30 seconds have been played in the second half. Rinkentik, beautiful. Have a great one. Maybe see you later, Justin. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining the stream. I understand not everyone can stay in the streams all stream. So thank you very much, Rinkentik. Hope to see you around. We have Nicholas Sywald playing the ball now. We're playing a little bit of keep away football. Bit of retaining possession. Good to see. Really need to make sure that we do a lot better than what we just did. We just did a very poor pass, which just went through everyone and has gone back to the goalkeeper there for St. Pauli. If you're on Instagram, make sure that you do comment along on that stream. I don't get the comments over here in the chat feed here through StreamYard. I do go over there and check the Instagram feed from time to time. So you lovely people over there on my Instagram aren't left out. Rinketek, just before he's gone, he just says, also, Justin, I watched Poulsen score his bicycle back kick against Serbia. I remember that. That was a good goal in real life. Oh, wow. Okay, awesome. And then Saif, Leipzig 3, St. Pauli 0. I hope so. That's a prediction for scoreline, as at the moment the scoreline is still 0-0 with 52 minutes and 8 seconds played in this game. Antonio Nusa was warming up. Raum has the ball, left cut back, has just gone along the floor. St. Pauli defenders on song today, and they're starting a counter-attack with Galacci absolutely in no man's land almost. He does deal with it, but it just gives it straight to Troy, I believe that is, for St. Pauli. And now they just retain the ball quite well in the attacking third, the defensive third for RB Leipzig. What a save from Peter Galacci. Down low again. Absolutely sticky hands today. Everything he's been getting has been sticking in those mitts. Absolutely fantastic. Galacci's really come along real well after that Bayer Leverkusen game. I was very critical of him because he did not look comfortable at all. And like I stated in the podcast episode that followed it, where I had Alex Silk on from the Leverkusen podcast, I said with him on the show that I didn't know if he was just looking uncomfortable because of how well Leverkusen are and they always put you under pressure, or if he's just being poor. And I think as Galacci's getting older, his reflexes have still stayed. But if he has to think about something, he has been making mistakes that he shouldn't really be making, possibly leaving an an opening for Martin van der Voort, the young goalkeeper from Belgium, who I actually wanted to start this game. At the moment, I'm glad that Peter Galacci is still sticking in the goals, as 53 minutes and make that 54 minutes on the dot have played in this second half. Nice setup. Thank you very much. I don't know what you mean by nice setup, though. Maybe the background, my microphone or something. Thank you. I spent over $1,000 Australian on all my equipment, so the best thing to do when it comes to your streaming stuff is to make sure that you get it right. Try not to rely on software. Software's great and all, but it only does so much on fixing up your shortcomings with other things. So I with all the backers and supporters, which I will take a moment now to thank you for your supporting the show in any capacity. And all those people even on the free tier, it means a lot to have such a good following across all social media and the podcast. Everyone that supports the show, in any capacity, whether that's financial or not. I put all the work, all the monies that I receive from the podcast just go straight back into it. So making sure that all the content is the best possible for every single viewer of the RBL Talk podcast. Whether you're an RB Leipzig supporter or you're someone else who doesn't support the club, it really means a lot to me to have everyone enjoy the streams and really enjoy the show. As 55 minutes and 32 seconds have played, we really have done absolutely nothing with it. I think it's time for some substitutions. And St. Pauli have the ball. And again, just RB Leipzig players just standing still. Haidara probably could be do with taking off. He hasn't played badly besides his booking. I just think that we've got some players that are going to be fatigued. I mean, coming up on a short backup from Thursday. This is the longest possible time they could have actually played. So it's good for the DFL. And there's a shot. And it's gone wide from Jackson Irvine. Again, player from Player Watch is really making it difficult for us. But I think Peter Galacci saw that coming all way. If you are watching the stream, make sure that you give this a like or a comment and subscribe to the channel. The podcast is on all major podcasting platforms. Make sure to go follow the YouTube over there to find out when the next live streams are after this live stream has concluded. And I'd love to see Van der Voort start soon, maybe against Celtic in the Champions League. Yep, that would also be good. I would love to see Martin van der Voort start. The reason why I wanted him to start this game was because St. Pauli, who really we should be beating even with a B team. So our backup goalkeeper at the moment is Martin van der Voort. Give him something to do, something to show. And yeah, as we have the ball attacking and very nice through ball there. That was played to Benjamin Sesko, who's just not able to get on into end of that. A little bit tongue-tied at the moment. And the goalkeeper there, Nikola Vasily, has been doing very well for St. Pauli. Make sure that you get involved with the live stream by commenting wherever you are watching this live stream. We are currently live streaming over on YouTube, over on X, and for the very first time, live streaming over on Instagram. So please make sure that you go over there and comment along. And I also check the comments over there. Everyone's just joining the stream, just enjoying their stream over there. Nothing much really. With comments, and that's okay. If you want to comment along, make sure you go over to YouTube and X as well, and I'll make sure I get it in the comment section here and highlight it and react with you in real time, just like Sonia over here. We face St. Pauli again in the Pockle at home this time. Could be a game for him, but Marco Rosa might prefer experienced Galacci in a cup game. Most likely, I would say. it really depends on if we're going to keep him in the wings and get him in a cup game or a Champions League game, or if we're going to play him against, I would say, lesser competition, but that's no disrespect to St. Pauli at the moment, who are playing absolutely out of their skins and playing really, really well. And all credit to them. I mean, we need to do something very soon, as 59 minutes exactly have played in this game, and we're currently in the second half. Just playing around with the ball, it does look like there's going to be two or three substitutions, maybe. If I'm going to have a guess, it's going to be, I would say, Openda has to come on. Noosa's probably going to come on. I'd probably say a central defensive midfielder type player to change with Haidara. I wouldn't mind actually doing a different lineup, actually. And we've already got a defensive type midfielder. And there's a shot from Baumgartner. Just missed. And there is going to be a counter-attack here. Apologies for getting a little bit tongue-tied there. I think it's time for a nice drink. But this goalkeeper is something for St. Pauli. Elias has the ball on the outside and cuts it back. Wow. And it's gone out for a goal kick. Peter Galacci will take that goal kick, and I believe some substitutes will come on. As I was saying, I wouldn't mind having Elif Elmas come onto the pitch for Amadou Haidara. Give us a more attacking threat and really give Elmas a chance to really stamp his authority on some games, because we have not seen the best of him at all. And Haidara has been booked. Make another attacking player on the pitch. But it looks like it's going to be Antonio Nusa, Arthur Vermeeren, who was great in his main debut for us against his old club Atletico Madrid, and Luis Openda as well. The three players that make way is Christoph Baumgartner, which is a bit disappointing, Yusuf Pausen, and Amadou Haidara. A little bit disappointing that we didn't give Elmas another shot, but let's see what the gaffer has got in store for us. Vermeeren has done really well. He played 60 minutes against his old club against Atletico Madrid. He was really, really good in that game. Made a couple of errors, but in general, he was really good. As we have the ball now, speaking of Arthur Vermeeren, has the ball. Nice twist and go in the final third. And there was a nice cross there, but it's an easy take for the Bosnian goalkeeper, Vasily. He's going to be taking those all day long. Easy as. Martin van der Voort doesn't look very happy there on the bench, and I don't blame him. He's looking very disheartened, I think, with how he's been taken at the club. It's probably a bit of a culture shock for him, being at Genk, playing in the Belgian league, and being the number one there for so long. And he's got great talent. He really needs to be given a chance soon from Marco Rosa. Otherwise, I don't want another thing like the Mohamed Simikan thing, where he ended up getting used in certain ways and wasn't very happy with how he was being used and all that, and then goes to leave and, in my sense, ruined his career by going to the Saudi Pro League. And by ruining the career, I mean that unless you're one of the big players in world football like Cristiano Ronaldo, you're not going to get picked for his international team France in being in the Saudi Pro League. But if you go there and make some money, I mean, at the end of the day, we all need money to go around, and he would do what's best for himself and his family. So there's no knock on Mohamed Simikan, always looking out for himself and number one there. Welcome to the stream there, Mahalio. come on, Leipzig. Absolutely. Baumgartner needs to come off. Yep, he's come off. He's come off and been replaced by Arthur Vermeeren. Apologies, it would have in that position. It would have been Antonio Nusa that he has been replaced with. As 64 minutes have been played, we're playing with the ball on the right hand side with Latrell Gatrauda. He's got the ball. They're just passing it around with themselves at the centre back. At the back. Willie Orban now has the ball. Trying to find a way through here. This St. Pauli press. Very difficult, nice and compact. Finally, 3 subs. Yep, absolutely. Looks like it could be another 0-0. What do you think if it's going to be another 0-0? I did say that some people in the last episode that some people were questioning should we get rid of Marco Rosa. A lot of people have said no. Some people have also said yes. You can also go and comment and on the Spotify, I believe it is. There's a Spotify poll going to be run for a week. If you think that we should get rid of Marco Rosa, say yes or no over there and let me know. Excuse me, my apologies. There is also a Twitter or X poll, but that has actually ran out now, and the main people were saying no over there. And I personally think it is also a no. We shouldn't get rid of Marco Rosa. I do question sometimes his tactics and some of the things that he does, his decisions. But I as a podcaster, it's my job to question everything, really. And some things I'm going to agree with, some things I'm not going to agree with. But I still think he's the right man to lead us forward. It just really depends on where we finish this season and how end results go. If, for me, he needs to stay or go. But as a local, I always want to see more local players coming through the youth ranks, getting their start, getting their name. And Marco Rosa is also a Leipzig native. And you want to see your local managers doing well, just like your local players coming up through the ranks. Here we go. Don't want to get rid of him now, but terrible performance today. Yeah, absolutely. His tactics, however, give me vibes of a coach that isn't a risk taker. Yeah, I reckon you're probably right there, actually. He doesn't really take many risks. For me, he doesn't change up enough. He doesn't swap and change formations. We normally play the same way or with the same group of 13, 14, 15 players. And yeah, look, we can't just keep doing that. We're going to get way too fatigued. Let's go, Leipzig, go! I wish, as Lewis Openda kicks the ball at the Bosnian goalkeeper who will eat those up all day long. Got to give Lewis Openda more of the ball. He's just recently come on. He's got fresh legs. He's a goal scorer. I think that Openda probably, I don't think he started for the simple reason of just some squad rotation players, as I said earlier, and good to see Yusuf Poulsen start a game, as I still think our best 2 strikers and combination is going to be Benjamin Sesko and Lewis Openda, but we can't keep playing all these same players all the time as St. Pauli win themselves a corner down on the left-hand side as 67 minutes and 40 seconds have been played. So it's really good to see some squad rotations, but I would have changed a lot more than just 2 or 3 players. One of the goalkeepers, I would have changed goalkeeper Peter Galacci for Martin van der Voort, give him a chance to show his worth. We all know Peter Galacci. Look out for Jackson Irvine here at this corner kick here for St. Pauli. It's played short. Has beaten the front man and it's gone out for a goal kick as a bit of a heavy touch there from Saad, I believe that is. And St. Pauli are going to make some substitutions as well. Now, while they're doing their substitutions, I'll go into what I was saying, my previous thought. I would have changed a few plays to start this game. Like I said, Martin van der Voort would have been one of them. I would have changed our defence a little bit as well. I would have given young Chad Bishabu a start. Good to see Lekeba getting a rest, in the same as Benjamin Henriks. I would have started Elif Elmas as well for Xavi Simons. I would have gotten Xavi onto the pitch if it was still 0-0 like now when we got on Lewis Openda. I would have taken Lewis Openda off. That is the good and correct call. Would have definitely started Powson there. But I would have also taken Benjamin Sesko off, and I would have started Christoph Baumgartner, who can also play as a makeshift striker, who did quite well last season as a striker as well. What do you think of the ending of this match? A tie. No, I still think 2-1 in favour of Leipzig. I'm going to be optimistic. But the more this is playing the way it's being played, it's most likely going to be a 1-0 win for St. Pauli or a 0-0 win. As players start getting tired, it's most likely going to open up a little bit. But if it's going to be a draw, it's going to be 0-0 or 1-1. I still think it's going to be probably, if we score first, we'll get over the line. St. Pauli score. It's either going to be 1-0 or maybe the 1-1. Rival watch Milan score against Inter in the Milan derby. We face Inter in the Champions League soon. That is correct. Inter Milan are one of those really good players, really good teams. Apologies. As Getrauda does some nice shielding here in the defensive third. For Antonio Nusa, who gets clipped behind, a little bit sore. And St. Pauli is going to get booked. And that's Saad that's getting booked, number 26 for St. Pauli. As 70 minutes and 40 seconds have played, just almost 20 minutes to go in the final of this game. Do you think Leipzig can still win? I just came in. Yes, Talas. I do think we still can win. 2-1 is most likely still going to be on the cards with our attacking talent. But as the minutes still keep ticking away, it's going to be looking very hard to do so. So at the moment, I'm going to still say 2-1. If there's 10 minutes left, we don't score in the next 9 minutes, I just struggle to see us getting any goals, unless it's quick on a counter-attack after St. Pauli have scored. But if we don't score very quickly, I do believe it's going to be a draw, unfortunately, in this one as well. Welcome to all the new people that are watching this stream. For the first-time viewers, my name is Justin Cruiser. I am the host of the RBL Talk podcast, the original and biggest RB Leipzig podcast in English, as St. Pauli unfortunately go away with a break. And what a absolute kudos to the young man there. Vermeeren, beautiful, hard, crisp challenge. And not only does it challenge, he takes the ball away. Nice idea. Just didn't get Benjamin Sesko. We're making some mistakes. Xavi Simons needs to be taken off. I'm going to say it now. Too tired. Not good enough today. Give him a rest. I mean, we're not going to be playing until next week, so they've still got the rest, but I think that tired legs are going to be a thing here. Big issue, as St. Pauli got more space with Saad, shoots, and it's gone straight over the bar. And it's still 0-0. Peter Galacci will take a goal kick as 72 minutes and 45 seconds have been played. As I was saying, please make sure that you comment along the stream. Welcome to all new viewers, and also welcome to all the returning viewers of the RBL Talk podcast watch along. You can find the RBL Talk podcast on all major podcasting platforms. Just search RBL Talk or head over to rbltalk.com, click on the subscribe button and click on the icon of your platform. Yep, I agree. Xavi looks bad. Yeah, just it just looks bad just because of he's tired. So as Andre Silva comes on for Benjamin Sesko, so good to see Andre Silva getting a chance. David Raum coming on, off for Benjamin Henriks, which is going to be interesting. Excuse me, as it does look like Benjamin Henriks is going to be playing on the left-hand side still, where David Raum normally plays. So that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. We'll have a look at that as we're in about 16 minutes now of normal time to play in this one. Yeah, it doesn't looking a little bit bleak as it's getting closer and closer. Yep. Welcome and thank you for that one as well. But any support is good support, so thank you for joining into the stream. And as always, thank you very much for your hatred. St. Pauli coming away with the ball into their attacking third. Heavy touch, and Orban doesn't need to make a challenge. And it's going out for a throw-in on the right-hand side for RB Leipzig, or the left-hand side for St. Pauli. Hey, look, a lot of people go onto the podcast, and I get show submissions from people all the time that are just giving hate and things like that, and people have turned around and said to me, "I should quit the podcast and all this and that, and stop doing live streams." They basically hate me as well, and that's okay. I got a thick skin, so I'm used to things like that. Doesn't just like water off a duck's back, so to speak. Let the hate keep coming. Any publicity is good publicity, the way I look at it. So, hey, if you're gonna hate on me and the club and the podcast, so be it. So, the podcast isn't going anywhere, and it will never go anywhere for as long as that I'm still doing podcasting. So it's now gone at 76 minutes and ticking over in this game. Only around about 13, 14 minutes left in normal time. RB Leipzig do have the ball with captain Willie Orban to Benjamin Henriks down on the left-hand side. Benjamin Henriks is on the left-hand side, surprisingly for David Raum, who was on the pitch. And now Antonio Nusa has the ball on the right. Cut inside, young man. Cut inside. Yes. No. What's going on here? Xavi just losing the ball again. Take him off. Willie Orban has to really come off his line and get the ball. Yeah, look, I'm going to take off Xavi Simons. Marco Rosa, I don't know what you're doing now, but take him off. Benjamin Henriks has the ball on the left-hand side, crosses it into Arthur Vermeeren. Really not able to do anything. We're pressing up very high to retain the ball. All players that were in the attacking side for RB Leipzig. Players have now backtracked a little bit, and we've got 3 players in the defensive third. Well, I should say the middle third, as Peter Galacci helps retain the ball, and we're going to start up again with an attack. This might be a game where a one goal does it. As I think Henriks was offside there maybe, but he takes a left foot shot and he's just blown that into the top stands. So Nusa is doing quite well, very nice. That was a 1-2 that looked to be with Andre Silva. So good to see him, like I stated before, up front. Let's go check out some of the comments over on Instagram if there's any over there. Welcome to all those people over there joining in and watching the stream. Make sure to comment along. I'll check periodically to see what you are all saying over there on the Instagram. Otherwise, comment on the stream on X Live and also comment on YouTube, and I will interact with you live. This has been a very lackluster performance from RB Leipzig, as 78 minutes and 25 seconds have been played. Look, it's not doomsday moments at the moment. The season hasn't gone off the rails yet. I did mention that in the RBL Talk segment in the latest episode about our season and some of our lackluster performances with some of the submissions from listeners of the show. But yeah, look, we've got to really be winning these games. Otherwise, there's just what is the point even if you're not going to be able to beat these teams? You know, finishing top 4 is one thing, but with the squad that we have, we should really be pushing, for those top 2, top 3, and really be doing some wonders domestically. As player watch player Jackson Irvine has the ball for St. Pauli, as there's a big contesting challenge in the middle of the pitch. And St. Pauli have a counter-attack, cross in, and it's been dealt with by Lucas Klosterman. And I will say one thing, that Openda has only had the one shot, and he needs to really get a move on in these final 11 minutes just to give us something up front. I've been really impressed by the Bosnian goalkeeper Vasily as well. For those of you who are only just joining in or haven't joined in through the whole entire stream, a work colleague of mine is Bosnian, which is the goalkeeper. Vasily is Bosnian. And he said to me that we wouldn't score. I was hoping he would be wrong, but he is a Bosnian and he follows the Bosnian international team, where Vasily is the goalkeeper for Bosnia. So hopefully you're wrong there. While we have the ball, too much of a heavy touch there from Elmas. And Vasily, the man in question that we've been talking about, has got the ball quite comfortably. It's 80 minutes and 40 seconds have been played in this game so far. It's going to be very interesting if this is another 0-0, what the reactions from everyone is going to be like. There's a bit of a foul there from Benjamin Henriks. It's going to be a throw-in as well by the look of it. Metcalfa, by the looks of it, is coming on for St. Pauli. He's coming on for Smith, I believe, number 16 for St. Pauli. Nope, it's Kalfa. My apologies. Wonder if we need to get one more different player on the pitch to give us a little bit of a spark here. We need to do something. So thank you to all new subscribers as well over there, over on YouTube. Gone up to 64 subscribers. It really means a lot to me. We started the season just under 50 subscribers, and the goal of the season was to get to 50. So that's absolutely fantastic. Thank you so much for everyone that has followed and subscribed the show, to new and even old listeners. All your support all means a lot to me. Patio Armando, I don't know what that means. Sorry if I've just sworn. It's hard to say. Idro, Leipzig 2-0, please. Yeah, that would be great. I don't think it's going to happen, though. As RB Leipzig have the ball here, looks to be Willy Orban all the way in the middle of the pitch. And we've got, looks to be Openda now has the ball on the left-hand side. Cross in, way over the top, way past the back post, and has gone out for a throw-in. Marco Rosa is just talking with his assistant manager. Don't know really what Marco Rosa is doing at the moment. I'm starting to question your tactics, Gaffer. We should be winning, mate. Absolutely should be winning. We've got here Willy Orban on the ball, our captain, in the middle of the park, who's passed down to Benjamin Henriks on the left-hand side for David Raum. no injury there, just come off the pitch due to player managing and fatigue. And we're playing with the ball again in the back. Having a look at some of the statistics here as well. We've got the ball 68% of possession, 8 total shots, 4 shots on target. We've only had 1 big chance. We missed that big chance. But even though St. Pauli have had 32% ball possession, they've had 16 total shots and only 4 on target, but they've still been way more better in attack. And this goalkeeper, absolutely good hands there. Even though it's at his near post, you expect all goalkeepers to not get beaten at their near post. With a nice shot from Lewis Openda, straight into the mitts, even though it looked like it was going to rise. So once you've decided to go down, you've got to really time that right. Otherwise, you're going to be palming it or missing it. We do have the ball again, and we're starting down that left-hand side. But with Benjamin Henriques down there, it's just not the same. As Benjamin Henriques gives away a free kick. Personally, I think that if we don't snatch the win late here, a draw is really beneficial for us, considering how badly we've actually played. And if we do lose this, it'd be complete props and hats to St. Pauli. There's no way that we should be losing this game, but we just haven't been performing. So when you're not going to perform, then you really got no choice but to give props to the opposition. Yep. For which way would you say that is going to be 1-0? 1 for the away team that you've said there, which is RB Leipzig, or is that 1 for St. Pauli? Another one, I knew St. Pauli was going to at least win or draw this game. Okay, Rodney, no worries. It does look like that they're going to be drawing it at the very least. As there is a bit of a chat here with Afalayan and Benjamin Henriques. They've got St. Pauli have a throw in, and they're attacking third. A dangerous throw in into the box. And Antonio Nusa gets the ball away with a counter attack. Run, Nusa, run. Absolutely poor. Very poor. St. Pauli have just been playing so well today. Peter Galacci almost passes the ball straight to St. Pauli. Welcome to all those in the stream, and also if you're new to the channel, please make sure that you like and subscribe to the podcast. You can find the podcast on all major podcasting platforms. To find your platform, head over to the rbltalk.com website, click on the subscribe button, and click on the icon of your platform where you listen to this podcast. Also, if you are on YouTube or you're able to go onto YouTube, please make sure that you go give this channel a like as well, and also a subscribe. Turn on notifications so you know when the podcast episodes are uploaded, and also when the live stream watch alongs are happening. If we can get to 100 subscribers by the end of this Bundesliga season, currently at 64, that would be absolutely fantastic. At the moment, it's 87 minutes and 30 seconds played. RB Leipzig with Antonio Nusa have the ball in the attacking third. And here we go. Oh, wow. No goal? Nah. Did look like a little goal there from Openda, but I do think that it's gone into the camera there. And then it's gone back into play. I thought it came off the bar by any chance. Okay, Alex. Nice for you to join in the stream. RB will finish 10th this season. That's some big, big statements there. Rival watch. Inter score against Milan 1-1 now. Inter are dang good, and it will be a fun game when we face them. Absolutely. 88 minutes and 34 seconds have played, and St. Pauli are making a final change as Afalian comes off and Banks comes onto the pitch. I will be staying on the stream for a few minutes afterwards for a bit of a Q&A. If you would like to ask me any questions, we can talk about the game or anything like that. And then once the questions dry up, I will close out the stream. And currently 89 minutes have played with 10 seconds also gone in the 90th minute. And Peter Galacci has the ball, kicking it to our captain, Willie Orban, and we're going to hopefully springboard a quick goal attack. I think the lack of corners against St. Pauli will cause Leipzig to draw. Yeah, absolutely. We're not really good with set pieces lately anyway, so we've been okay with set pieces. Corners haven't been really good lately. There was a bit better against Atletico Madrid, but it hasn't been the greatest. It's something that we really need to work on the training ground, that's for sure. As Willie Orban has the ball, as 90 minutes have now been played, going into injury time, 3 minutes of injury time, we're going to have. Go shoot it. Henriks, do something. Henriks to Nusa, Nusa to Vermeeren, Vermeeren back to Nusa. And we're still in the attacking third. But the pass was very poor, and a really, really good save again from Vasily. The Bosnian goalkeeper, just like my work colleague said, spot on. No knock on that. He's been fantastic this game. My work colleague turned around and told me, as a Bosnian, that we will not score against their Bosnian number one goalkeeper, also for the Bosnian international team. But, yep, we've got a couple more minutes to prove my work colleague wrong, as Gertruda has the ball, clearancing it, and it's now gone out for a throw-in. I think if we're not careful, we're going to be scored against here in this final couple of minutes. As 91 minutes and 23 seconds are played, 1 minute 25 seconds played into injury time, throw-in into the box. If we're not careful clearancing it here, we're going to be scored against. There's a goal coming here. Oh, wow, he's missed it. Wow. St. Pauli had the chance to nick it right there at the end. Just didn't get it. That's 91 minutes and 54 seconds played. Willie Orban streaming it into the middle. 92 minutes gone. Final minute of the game of added time. What can RB Leipzig do with Gertruda on the ball? Passing to Nusa, to Vermeeren. Back to Gertruda. What is going to happen here? Right on the edge of seat stuff. Action-packed events all through the game. 0-0 draw at the moment, which could possibly change. Big questions are going to need to be asked of Marco Rosa if we can't pull out the win here. Benjamin Henriks cuts inside, passes the ball. Willie Orban, we're all pushing hard. All players in the final third. As Willie Orban is now shielding the ball around, tries crossing it and wins himself and RB Leipzig a throw-in. It's going to be thrown in by Andre Silva to Benjamin Henriks. Henriks to Arthur Vermeeren. Apologies, that is Lucas Klosterman. That's it. The game has finished 0-0. That is the final scoreline, the last game of the Bundesliga match day 4. It is 0-0. St. Pauli absolutely played their skins out. Marco Rosa, is he the right man for the job? Look, some questions have got to start to be asking. Rinkatic says, yeah, it's so bad. Terrible game, absolutely. We're going to have to start asking some questions of Marco Rosa. Not everyone likes to ask these questions, as he is a club, you could say he's a club legend of our short history. He's the best coach that we've had, or best manager that we've had, but at the moment he's really underachieving, even though he's a Leipzig native. Always want to see the Leipzig native players, go up through the youth ranks and play. Same thing with all the coaches and managers, but we really got to start asking these questions, and I'm happy to ask these questions. Some people don't like it, and that's okay, but unfortunately, as a podcaster, you got to ask the tough questions. And I don't mind Marco Rosa, but this 3-4-2-1 doesn't work. Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. We'll say that we're going to stay with the stream for a little bit after this game. Ask a little bit of Q&A. So if you've got any questions, drop those down in the comments below wherever you are watching this live stream. If you're joining for the first time, welcome. If you've been listening to the stream, thank you very much for staying with me. So I'm going over onto the Instagram here. Says here from Lavaca Fortuna, if there's a thing Andre Silva hates more than not having scored a goal, it's having his picture taken. Interesting enough. If you can say why, that would be great. And they also say, not sure if it's on Rose, really. Yeah, it is a little bit 50-50. It's the players as well. But you can't just always play the players and blame the manager. So I said on the latest episode of the RB Leipzig podcast, as some people were saying, is it time to part ways with Marco Rosa? In short, for me, no. But the questions are going to need to be asked if these results continue. Seems to be continuing. And I did say that the gaffer, which is manager, Marco Rosa, needs to start getting things right. And he is part to blame. Part players, part manager. Welcome to people that are also saying that or dropping those swear words and everything like that they don't like RB Leipzig. Thank you for your viewership. I do like your viewership as well. Good publicity is any publicity when it comes to the podcast. So thank you very much for your viewership there. We're going to be, Sonia, gamblers getting annoyed at Twitter. Lol, first time watching Rosa Ball, it seems. Yep. Game over. Yep. That's right. Game is over. Someone says, nice game. Fox Baby Wolf. Okay. Obviously not a Leipzig supporter, because if you were watching that game as an RB Leipzig supporter, trust me, definitely not a good game to watch. Had some ups and downs, but it also wasn't bad. And by the bad, I mean it wasn't bad for a neutral's perspective. Definitely bad for RB Leipzig and all RB fans all around the world. Thank you, Rinkatek. If you're out, thank you. Much appreciated you coming into the streams as you're coming through. Always a pleasure to have you on board this evening. Please let me know what you think below on the comments section. Make sure that you give a like, thumbs up, and subscribe to the podcast over on YouTube to find out when the most latest live streams are of the RBL Talk podcast. Just hit 65 subscribers now, so thank you very much to all those people. Also, if you support the podcast or RB Leipzig, go find the RBL Talk podcast on all your major podcast platforms. You can head over to rbltalk.com, click on subscribe, click on your icon of where you listen to your podcasts, and enjoy the show on a weekly basis. Today was a great stream, though. I'll be back for the next stream. No worries. Thank you very much. The next stream is over on YouTube. It's all the times there are penciled in as soon as the DFL release those times. The next live stream will be next month, as there is always at least one monthly stream, but sometimes there is also an extra stream that randomly pops up depending on if I'm working or not. So by all means, please make sure that you go like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and always check out the streams. Make sure you tick that notification bell so you know when I'm going to be doing a live stream. The next scheduled live stream that's always going to happen is next month when we play Mainz in the Bundesliga. Hopefully we have a better result than today's 0-0. Going over back onto Instagram, just having a check out there, what's happening over there. Thanks for the commentary. No matter how you feel about Rosa, the joke about Andre Silva was just that he did something to the camera with the last miss. He broke the camera when he kicked it. A heart from Denmark, thank you very much. Yeah, going back onto that, Lavika Fortuna, it's not that I have anything against Marco Rosa, it's just that you've got to make sure that your manager is partly to blame, so are your players. The questions are going to be asked with the squad that we have. Is he the right man for the job? At this stage, yes. But the question still needs to be asked if these results continue. Because by all means, we were bad today, we should have been winning. The same thing against Union Berlin, bad, should have been winning. If you're going to be losing those games, then the question needs to ask. You can't turn around and beat Bayer Leverkusen, even though they were very good on the day, and beat them, and then all of a sudden drop these games. So that is the only reason why I ask the questions. Not afraid of asking the hard and tough questions, and I always analysis the game and try to keep as much bias out of the podcast as possible. And also, thank you very much for your thoughts this evening. Still have some more people coming into the stream. Thank you. Welcome to the RBL Talk podcast. If you missed tonight's coverage, the RB Leipzig game finished in a stalemate, 0-0. St. Pauli were the better side. They had 17 total shots, only with 31% possession, where RB Leipzig had 69% possession, 10 total shots. We had 5 shots on target. We had 1 big chance. We missed that chance. And St. Pauli had 2 big chances, and they missed those 2 chances as well, as it is 0-0. You can find the podcast over on all major podcasting platforms. You can head to the rbltalk.com website, click the subscribe button, click on your podcast platform and app, and subscribe to the show. That is probably the quickest way to do it. If you enjoyed tonight's stream, please make sure you go over to the RBL Talk YouTube channel and go over there and like and subscribe to this video and the channel. Make sure that you turn the notification bell on so you can get all the updates on when this live streams continue. I will go for a couple more questions as well, just checking Instagram before I decide to end the stream. If there's no more comments in, we'll end the stream. No, not a problem. Thanks for the shout outs to that person. That is lavacard.fortuna. That was over there over on Instagram. Thank you very much for joining in the live stream as well. If anyone else wants to join in the live stream and make some comments, I will highlight your comments if it is on X or on YouTube. Otherwise, on Instagram, I can't unfortunately like it and have it show up on here. For instance, I can't do that over on Instagram. StreamYard, who I do my recording with, it doesn't allow me to do that. So I have to periodically check, and I will interact with your comments. As there is no more comments coming into the stream. I'm going to finish up the stream now. First of all, I'd like to thank all the backers and supporters for supporting the podcast, and thank you for watching this live stream coverage. If you would like to support the show, please go to rbltalk.com/support. And for various amounts on Captivate, you can get an advert-free RSS feed if you listen to the podcast. Otherwise, you can also go to the rbltalk.com website and click on the subscribe button to find the podcast on all major podcasting platforms. If you enjoyed today's stream as well over on YouTube, please make sure to go over there, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on so you are aware when there is live streams coming up for the podcast. The next live stream is scheduled. Sometimes there is occasional ones that will pop up from time to time, depending on when I am working, as I do normally work 60 hours per week. So I'm unfortunately not able to always do live streams of every game, but there is always scheduled games that are always going to be live streamed. And that next live stream is in a Bundesliga as well, and that is against Mainz. That is going to be on the 19th of October, and check your local time on the stream over at RBL Talk on YouTube, and you'll be able to find the exact time of that stream that will be adjusted to your local time. So thank you all to everyone who has commented along today and joined into the live stream. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you all. Until next time, I've been Justin Crozer. Bye-bye for now.